What's up, guys? David Eater 1202, and it's Bad Deck Idea Thursday. Yes, Bad Deck Idea Thursday is my excuse to have half-assed in a deck and putting it up on the internets and not being held responsible for how poorly it is constructed. And today's Bad Deck Idea is my AquaActress. Yes, my AquaActress deck. This is the one I will be bringing to my Character Rumble tournament that Ryan is just so very proud of. So I am excited to play Ellie's deck here. I made my own spin on it because the archetype is wildly under-supported. It's got one set of support, half of it are do nothing continuous spells, and one's a really bad trap you can't use. So that's really awesome. But anyway, let's get into the profile and talk about what we actually want to do. So for you you guys who are AquaActress virgins, the way that the deck works is your big searcher is the level 6, your special summon from the hand is your guppy here, the level 2, and your level 1 searches all of your continuous spells. All the continuous spells, well, 2 out of the 3 continuous spells have effects for all water monsters, and then give a bonus buff to AquaActresses specifically. So Aquarium Stage gives all of your water monsters an immunity to battle except by other water monsters, and your AquaActresses are also unaffected by monster effects. Your Aquarium set gives all water monsters 300 attack, and then AquaActresses get an additional 300 on top of that. And the one that is only for AquaActresses is Aquarium Lighting, and during damage calc, they double their current attack. So we get all these boosts from this thingy, and then this thingy gives you the double boost. It's the best. And when any of these are sent from the field to the graveyard, by any means, it's not destroy, it's sent. They summon a water from aqua type specifically, actually, from the graveyard. And we have the frog engine in here for support because they are kind of a passive deck. They like to swing for OTK, and they're kind of immune to some certain things, but they have no real disruption. It's just immunity and high damage. So the Toad, totally awesome. He kind of gives you some recursion from the grave, as well as, you know, these are all aquas, so that is actually kind of some interesting synergy there. And having your Toad be invincible to battle and have a bit of an attack boost is kind of neat. It's kind of a unique to this deck that Totally Awesome actually becomes immune to battle, which is a solid way of outing him because he only has 2200 attack otherwise. We are playing the wetlands like old school frogs in here because this gives your AquaActress monsters, the 2 low ones, a 1200 attack boost, which is a 2400 attack boost, which you're, well, not really because they actually have their own attack, but you know what I mean. With lighting, it just gets really big, so that's really awesome. Salvage for the pluses, surface for all the graveyard, recursion because we are running Swap Frog, which gives us 1 from the deck, 1 from the hand, so we got tons of good stuff in grave. And that's the same thing we're doing with the Foolish Burial. The Twin Twisters, the swing at back row because it is kind of an OTK deck. Like if you get a good boost on your Aquarium Arowana, she'll punch for an absurd amount of damage with lighting. Now I will say this is only against monsters, so you don't get the extra double battle damage against life points directly. Because we have the frogs, though, we can kind of link spam and stuff, so we have a couple nightmares in here. Some of the sorceress ends up being pretty good in this deck because they're all aquas, like I said. And you know, you got your Surgeon, Borlo, Dragon versus solving problems and things like that, as well as a couple choice rank 2s, because you know, all you need for rank 2s is Sky Cavalry for things that can't be targeted. And then if you want to donut out and break through skill some things effects, or I guess he's a walking Fiendish Chain. He's walking Fiendish Chain. Use him. Or something like, kind of like it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there you go. And then the piece de resistance is Tattoo around Newman because I'm playing a low-level water deck, so I'm not going to not run him, even though he's not the most consistent thing in the deck. However, you can dump him off of a Swap Frog and bring him back with a surface. So that's a thing. Or if one of these go to the grave, you can bring them back with one of their effects. And that's why Ryan and I decided that Twin Twisters would work, because you can either use it offensively against your opponent's back row, or use it defensively on your own back row to like get like this guy out of the grave, or you can do a combination of the two. So it kind of has more utility than like MST. And then the side deck I'm still working on for the tournament, and you know, some of these card levels might change between now and when I actually start playing, but I think this is kind of the build I'm going to go with. But it kind of wants to go second because it just kind of punches for high damage, so you got your evenly mashed and your board clears. And this is just D-Bear is a good side. And this is their trap card. To get this thing up to 16, I have to side the trap, even though it's completely dead, so it's just wasting a spot in my side deck, which is really unfortunate. But I gotta follow my own rules. And it's already kind of cheating and cheesy to include your main deck card in the side deck in order to get to that 16 main deck limit there. So... But basically, if you have an AquaActress monster in your graveyard, you can target one monster in the field until the end of this turn. Its effects are negated. Its attack and defense become 100. Also, it's unaffected by card effects. And so it's actually a really solid card. It's kind of like a combination of Chalice and Lance, which is just kind of neat. The issue is you need an AquaActress in your graveyard, so the trap requires a little bit of setup. The easiest way to do that, to set this thing and have it be immediately live next turn, is that you dumped an AquaActress off of a Swap Frog, and that's just, that's not necessarily going to happen every turn one. You don't even necessarily open Swap Frog every turn one, so it's kind of bogus. If this deck got more support, had more main deck monsters, and actually you ended up getting like an in-theme version of Swap Frog for the deck, then I believe this card would actually be its strongest asset. It just, right now, the deck is too clumsy. And Ryan was kind enough to send us 2 replays we can observe. I think this one, they're both pretty impressive, and it's a match against Blue Eyes White Dragon. Ryan's actually playing himself, but we figured Blue Eyes is a competent enough deck in order to test this thing out. If it can at least beat Blue Eyes, it's a functioning deck, you know what I mean? Like, if it can't beat Blue Eyes, then it's terrible, because Blue Eyes is, it's a competent rogue strategy, so you have to at least be able to beat that. Otherwise... and it's an attack deck. It's an attack battle phase deck, so, it's got to be able to get over beaters, too, to test its mettle. So here we go. We opened up the Totally Awesome, which is just, it's kind of your win condition, even though I tried not to make it, is so focused on the frogs, but it really does help a lot to have that disruption. But here's Summon Sorceress actually putting in work, because, like I said, the whole deck is nothing but, except for the Veiler, the whole deck is nothing but Aquas, so there is some synergy there. Normal summon the Tetsudo Orat Newman. It is immune to battle. Ryan will take damage from getting swung over, except for the fact he can run Interference with Dupe Frog. So the only thing that they could go into was this Cloud Castle, because it's got 0 attack, which is just super funny. And you got your Cerberus and things, which are all low again, so you can kind of get under it. You can link away the Tetsudo Ratnumen when you want to no longer use it. And, got the Firewall Dragon on. Must be nice. Got the UCG. Firewall Dragon OTK. Like, it's just, like, the deck works a lot better than it should. You got those big old Arowanas. Putting in some serious, just absolute, here it is. Okay. Let's just, let's give Blue Eyes a turn. Oh yeah. Alternate White Dragon pass. It was, less than stellar. Didn't even normal summon this turn. This deck does a lot of empty advantage, I will say that. Like, if it had one more Aquarium card that was, like, had a different set of effects, and then, like, maybe one more monster that we could play at 3, like an in-theme swap, I think that could be okay, actually. Here we go. Oh, skill drain Blue Eyes. Oh, Ryan. Oh, Ryan. Let's swap this over, though. We don't want to watch Blue Eyes White Dragon. What's it gonna do? Play Blue Eyes White Dragon? Ooh, King of All Calamities. Broken. I would have probably called water during, like, the standby phase, but, I could be watching these out of order. This could have been game 1, so technically speaking, the guy wouldn't know what he's playing. I'd actually, they weren't labeled, so I don't know which. Or they might not even be part of a match. It could just be two independent Blue Eyes deck, like, that Ryan was just being lazy. I don't know. I just don't know. Oh, no. How are we going to get out of this? Like, skill drain in Blue Eyes is good, because Blue Eyes can just play these giant beaters, and then becomes Caveman Yu-Gi-Ans. That was a pretty good top deck, let's be real. Oh, Surface, putting in the work. And I think we actually get to see Summon Sorceress do something in this deck. Or in this duel, which is cool. And this was fun. We ended up using what do you call it? The arowana we got, which had had its effect negated, as fuel for your toad, because it just needs to be aquas. It doesn't need to be level 2s or anything. So that's neat. We got Summon Sorceress and Totally Awesome, the best of friends. Feed me, Seymour. Oh yeah. How much? Ryan really likes this Firewall Dragon. I gotta figure this card out because it really lets you just extend like crazy. Like this deck, in no certain terms, should not have this much spam ability. Not to mention, you know, but it kind of can, because your Guppy and Arowana and Tetra are not hard ones per turn. None of the monsters are hard ones per turn. So you can get them off the field, you can flip them, you get an extra copy, you can just keep using their effects. So like, I mean, the amount of advantage the deck can muster if you just cheese the world is actually impressive. I gotta give Ryan credit. He looked like he knew what he was doing on this one. Well, that was AquaActress's. I must say, I think it might be the most powerful the deck has ever been, but the format has really gotten away from it. But it can beat Blue Eyes White Dragon. That it can do. So there you go. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of my AquaActresses, how you guys think I will do in the character Rumble. And I think there's a few more spots left as of recording this video. So if you guys want to get in that, join my Patreon, do that YouTube sponsored thing or whatever, or you can just PayPal the $1 for entry fee or whatever. You can pick the character you want to play. You get to build the deck around it, as long as it contains 16 in theme of the chosen deck archetype. For you know, you can read. I have the announcement video. It's got all the official rules stuff, but that's just a bare bones. So if you guys want to get in on that, if you're watching this at the time when it was relevant, otherwise it's just completely anachronistic and bad. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And remember, guys, if you don't troll, no matter who will, I will see you guys next time.
Heh, clicking the subscribe button's a good move. I guess there's a first time for everything. Feel free to click on these third-rate videos from a fourth-rate YouTuber. But I don't have time for such amateurs. Come on, Mokuba, let's go get ice cream.